The debate between two different sides continues. Many are complaining about being hit during the race. There are even shouting that this gangster tribe must turn into ruins, while conservative centaurs are shouting that those who are opposing the tradition are the rebels of the tribe. Of course, while the two sides were on the bound of killing one another with their arguments, the orchestrator and the master manipulator Lloyd Frontera, or Kim Suho in the past life, was watching how things are going to end. This guy looks like a boss who was watching different sides presenting their stand. The extreme conservatives shouted, "Execute all those who deny the tribe's spirit. Destroy the rebels of the tribe." While on the other side, the extreme progressivists shouted, "We don't need such tribe. Disband this tribe. Disband this tribe right now." But the orchestrator was looking at them with a Sigma face. They call him in this manhwa as Agrippa. Agrippa was a Roman general, statesman, and architect who was a close friend and advisor of Emperor Augustus. Because of this chaos, Sharonin called Lloyd. She said, "Hey, what are you planning to do? Why have you started a fight?" Lloyd looks at Sharonin and replied, "Huh? When did I ever start a fight? I just said that it is dangerous as there was an accident." Sharonin was confused, but she didn't say anything. This guy was acting innocent when we all know he was the mastermind. Javier, who listens to everything that Lloyd says and sees the child's reaction a while ago, knows that his master is the one who started a fight. Not only is his face legendary, but the shamelessness of Lloyd is god level. Then the chieftain Cherokee suddenly appeared. He asks, "Why is it so noisy?" This caught the attention of both Lloyd and Sharonin. The orchestrator of this chaos slowly rise up from his sit. Seeing Cherokee in Lloyd's mind, finally, the final boss has arrived. Cherokee called Lloyd. He said, I told you to solve our tribe's speed issue. What exactly are you doing?" Lloyd bows down to the chieftain and replied, "I was faithfully carrying out my duties, but I am encountering difficulties. The opinion of the tribe's people doesn't align. One side wants to run wildly anytime and anywhere, while the other side wants to abolish such traditions. So, after thinking it over, how about this?" Lloyd raises his finger for his first proposal. He said, "First, let's set speed regulations. No sprinting in the village. No impromptu competitions." Most centaurs are doing a thumbs down since they are not agreeing with it. They shouted, "Don't be ridiculous. Get lost. Where is the fairness in that? Who do you think you are? Do you think you are something special?" Even many disagree with it. Lloyd continues and raises his second proposal. He said, "Second, let's build a very large sprinting arena. All the competitions will be held there." The chieftain continues to listen what Lloyd proposes. Lloyd said, "Think about it. A place with no obstacles. A track dedicated solely for running. Someone, thanks to that environment, might set an unprecedented record." Hearing that, Sharonin got what Lloyd is pointing out. It is an area where they can race however they want, an area which is better for a kind centaur like Shumel. Lloyd said, "That way, accidents will be eliminated, and new records will be achieved. That is the best way to solve the issue and get to the top." The other centaurs start cheering, saying that Lloyd's idea was great. But the chieftain seems to disagree what Lloyd said. The chieftain is on the extreme conservative side. Cherokee said, "Don't be ridiculous. What kind of tribe will we be if we have to run in arenas? That is nonsense. What has kept our centaurs going until now is our instinct to sprint and respond immediately in any situation. It is a long-standing tradition that saved us in the Great Tribal War. We can't abandon that." Lloyd asks, "Aren't you about to start a tribal war right now?" Cherokee replied, "It's a respect for our history and our ancestors." Other centaurs seems to agree what Lloyd had proposed. They said, "Chief, that human is right. It is time for a change. We must prevent more accidents." Sharonin also agrees. She said, "Even if my dad opposes it, I will push through. I will approve the construction of the arena." The other centaurs starts cheering for Sharonin, but others still oppose. The conservative said, "What are you talking about? You can go to the arena by yourselves." Because of those murmur, the chieftain said, "Do you hear that? Our tribe is splitting into two." Sharonin said that there is no other choice. The argument still continues. Other side wants the chieftain to approve the construction. The other side wants Lloyd Frontera to be kicked out. The chieftain said, "Because of you, there is no turning back. So you are predetermined to push through with this arena construction thing, right?" Lloyd replied, "Yes, if you approve it." Cherokee said, "Alright, I Cherokee challenge you the lightspeed human to a duel." Cherokee glares at Lloyd saying that if he wins, Lloyd will leave the place immediately. On the other hand, Lloyd didn't back down and said that if he will win, he will build the arena. The crowd were cheering as they were about to start the race. Lloyd on the right corner was ready and prepared for the race. Javier asks, "No exploding, no riding on Podong, Bibiong or another pets you have. You accepted all the conditions. Do you have any tricks up your sleeve?" Lloyd told him that he doesn't have something like that and he will just run. Javier said, "I have heard that Cherokee have a record of 380 consecutive victories. From my perspective, it seems unlikely that you will win." Lloyd said, "This match is about reaching the starting point after going through all the checkpoints. As the challenger, I have chosen the checkpoint. They need to reach the northern border of the Magentano Kingdom and a crazy round trip of 600 kilometers. Then Lloyd smiled and said, "And this is precisely why, as a human, I have an advantage." And now the race was about to start. Lloyd starts doing some short warm-up for his body. All the centaurs are watching. They are now asked to prepare for the race. Comanche together with Sharonin are watching and Sharonin looks worried. As the race was about to start, many thoughts are rushing in Lloyd's head. In his mind, everyone here thinks that we humans are weak animals, weaker than a small chimpanzee. It is hard to find an animal slower than humans among mammals. However, that is not the case. Contrary to the popular belief, humans are much stronger. Lloyd was serious at this time. For the last time, the slingshot was used once again as a sign for the start of the race. After that sign, Cherokee hurriedly rushed to increase the gap between him and Lloyd. But on the other hand, while Cherokee was already far ahead to Lloyd, Lloyd was just in a preparation state. The audience were looking at Lloyd as he slowly stands up. Then Lloyd's feet started to move slowly. He moves like he was jogging in the park. The centaurs start laughing at Lloyd. They said, "What is that? The match is already over. He is a two-legged animal. Totally pathetic." But Lloyd didn't mind those centaurs who are laughing and underestimating him. He continues to run. In his mind, yeah, that is how it is. How could a physically inferior humans overwhelm other creatures and advance civilization? Of course, the first reason is because they are smart. The speed of Cherokee was still so fast as he ran towards the goal. But later he slows down from being tired of running with that speed for a long time. For Lloyd, the second reason they were able to advance is that they have the overwhelming ability to run long distances.